What up, Soccer Nation? This is Dave Cameron reporting from Arizona, telling you what is going on in the soccer scene in Arizona. Well, it's probably the same in your neck of the woods, wherever you're listening from. It's no different. The development is the same. Parents are crazy. It's just a nutty world we live in. I am so far removed from club soccer. I have an academy, and we just work on technique, and we actually teach things where kids will want to play soccer for the rest of their lives. And I try to avoid soccer games as much as possible because there's always potential of a brawl or some parent going nuts. And, it wasn't too long ago where I played in a soccer game where a parent jumped out from the stands with his whole Dodger uniform and punched me in the back of the head. Good job, buddy. They asked if I want to press charges. I said no. I enjoyed the moment. It's always good to be attacked from the stands because that's the level I coach at. It's so heated. It's so awesome. There's so many people watching the game. They come and punch me in the back of the head in the occipital plate. Occipital plate. That sounds better. And, it dazes you. It makes your melon shake. You get a slight concussion, but it's all good. It's the love of the game. I'm cool with that. But today, I was listening to a podcast and they're talking about the U.S. men's national soccer team coach. Who is it going to be? Ernie Stewart, can you tell us, just unveil who the national team coach is going to be. Tell us, who are you going to control like a puppet? Because our general manager, Ernie Stewart, is going to, find the right coach that he can dictate. Maybe that's why he can't decide on one, because he needs to find out who I can control. But anyway, so names that are coming up, they're all over the place. We're talking Juan Carlos Osorio, the Mexican national team coach. You got Jay Berhalter, I believe it is, from Columbus Crew. He's known for possession in his attacking style. You know what? So am I. Except when I play a better team, I become a defensive team and counter kind of system. It's all what you got. Talent will find a way. We don't have talent in this country, but we'll talk about that later. Jesse Marsch, he was a former manager, I believe, at the Red Bulls. And then you got Peter Bermes, which I really like, from Sporting. Tab Ramos, Tab's okay. I remember him in the World Cup where he wasn't fouled, but acted like he fouled, and we got scored on. I forgot which game that was, but then he was out with a meniscus tear or something, which he already probably had before the World Cup. Greg Vanney, which is awesome, and hear about Greg Vanney possibly being the U.S. men's national team coach, which would be awesome. Another Arizona boy dictating U.S. soccer. But let's be honest, does it really matter? Why are we we've been a year trying to find the super coach. We're like the England national team. We're just one coach away from winning the World Cup. Is that our thinking? I think it is. It doesn't matter. I'm a low-level coach. I coach high school, which is fun. I coach junior college. I am the low man on the totem pole, but I'm not stupid. I've gotten Coach of the Year. I've gotten things, Why? Because I had talent, and we won a lot of games. I coached at Millennium High School, year one. I knew what I had. My goal, my first year, was not to lose more than 5 goals. That was our goal, and we did some awesome things, but we didn't have the talent to compete at the level we were competing with. And we got destroyed. I think we won 3 games that year, and then the next year we ended up winning like 16 games, and we're, the third year we're number 2 in the state. Because I had talent. Talent matters. So we need have more of a concern of, can we develop talent? And that should be our focus. And that's not our focus. That's my focus. You imagine if we actually had a thought and we made a decision, we're going to convert the masses to love the game of soccer and stay with it. To teach technique. You imagine if that was a focus and do mandates that kids have to develop technique and they have to be at this certain level. They have to master the ball at this age. Can you imagine if we did that and created a whole monstrous pool of players that were technical? We would take over the world in soccer, but we're not doing that. We're not going to do that. We don't have the culture to do that. We don't have the thought process of doing that because we got our leadership, such as Ernie Stewart, doesn't think that way. And because he doesn't think that way, we'll keep going the way we're going. We'll be average, which is fine, I guess. But it's going to affect the women's side as well, because the women's side's changing. South Korea is scary on the U17 women's national team. I mean, there's programs that are coming to just set us further and further behind because they're focused on technique. We need to focus on technique. It can't be about the spirit of the U.S. Oh, we have a strong fighting spirit. We work hard. We run really hard. We got to stop being that. Let's add to it, and it's called technique. I'm doing my job, Ernie Stewart, and you give me nothing. You spend all your money on buildings and heart rate monitors while guys like myself are developing technical players. The problem is I don't get the masses. I get a small niche of athletes where I'm at. But just keep doing what you're doing. But let's not kid ourselves. We need to teach technique. If we taught technique to the masses, kids would stay in the game of soccer. They would absolutely stay in because they would love to have the ball. If you love to have the ball and you love taking on players and you love doing things with the soccer ball and you have a love affair with the soccer ball, guess what? You'll stay in the game. I hated soccer my entire life. I didn't enjoy soccer until my 30s when I learned technique. That's on podcast 77 or something. It explains my story. But we got to teach technique. We have to do it. If we do that, we can fix the national team, and then it's not going to matter. And then Ernie Stewart, you can be our national team coach. You'll win if you have a talent pool to pick from, and we don't. Anyways, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's going to be an awesome holiday season. Very excited for it. I'm going to go work on my technique because I'm 43 and that's what I like to do. So, anyways, good luck, Ernie Stewart, and whoever the next Mexican, I keep saying Mexican national team coach. Maybe it's going to be Juan Carlos Osorio. He's going to be our national team coach. Whoever that's going to be, we're only a year in of trying to make that decision, but we'll see who it's going to be. It's not going to change the fact we need talent. Goodbye.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.